want to make the point to the gentleman who's thinking about moving here, because nobody else here has. The two gentlemen who built most of these buildings, they live here, or their parents are still living here. But Frank Train built my house, and his parents still live here. And McNamara, who built the rest of the homes, are here. And you need to know that. This is not representative of what this community is worth. It's very family-based. It's very friendly. If I walk down the street, you all wave to me. You all say hi to me. My dad used to get lost for hours walking the dog, talking to people. That's what this needs to be about, people, not this. I want to make that point.
Is changing from being more older, middle age and older, to now we've got younger and the little kids that used to be are now getting to be more middle age. It's a very diverse community, nice blend. We just have a couple things that have come up, and the fountains and work, both of them have gotten out of hand because we've had the answers, but they thought they were part of the board, which they were not. So we have had people overstepping their bounds outside the board, which has led to some of this. And then the same with, we've had several people that are doing things without getting prior approval. And then then we get into this kind of a...
And how many of those people are being sued?
We haven't had any issues with people other than yourself that did not get approval. Everyone else is going to.
Excuse me, I know several people who have coated their driveway or added decorative trim around their trees without going through the board, and I don't see you suing them.
Once again, the landscaping is not an issue for the board. We cannot sit there and tell people they can't put a border around their beds. We do not have that. I have not seen that in any paperwork that I've read.
Painting a driveway is landscaping?
That has approved colors. And there's one that did not follow what color.
There's more than one. Two of my neighbors coated their driveways. You didn't sue them. They didn't ask permission.
Which ones?
How long ago was this?
A few years ago.
Okay, then that's a previous board. We can only handle what we're doing on this board.
Okay, so let's move forward to, we're settled on what we need to do.
Okay. Where we're at with, and this is what we're coming up with. Yeah.
Let's go to new business and then we'll finish up.
Okay. One thing we have, as I said when we started the meeting, is Dee has had to retire from the board after 12 years. Her medical situation, she can't handle it anymore. So, is there someone on the board that would, within us, that would like to take on that job, or do we need to go outside of it? I don't know. Jay's being nice in doing this, but we'll probably have just a couple more meetings before January. But by January, we have to have somebody to put on the ballot.
Well, why don't we wait till, we've only got probably a couple of meetings, and Christmas is coming, probably one more meeting. Why don't we, if Jason would be kind enough to do 2 more meetings. Jay, sorry. I'm looking.
I was hoping she meant Jason.
I'm looking, I'm sorry, Matt. Jay would be kind enough to do
You
it.
can officially be.
Decide that after you read the minutes.
Because Jay's also has done the newsletter, and I don't know if I'm going to do that or... Okay. The minutes won't be for at least 3 weeks, so...
Can I go back to lawsuit, please? Because I didn't realize we'd finished.
No, we're not finished. I said let's go through everything else and then come back to that.
Okay.
We're going to go to that so we don't have to worry about doing something else.
Okay.
And then, well, we'll get it taken care of. Yeah. And Rosalie and I talked just a moment to get something recognition for Dee. And we'll come up with a plan. Just something.
She held the job for 12 years.
Yeah.
She was in most cases the primary contact with the city or the attorney or the contractor who was doing the road.
Dee is who Jessica's looking for. But she just can't.
So D has the most current copy of the bylaws?
No, D is the most active and motivated, you know, to get things out.
Okay.
And she has, she can't handle it anymore.
I understand.
So,
I think her question was, would D have updated a set of bylaws?
no, because it was the money. The money
So
and the
where
lawyer.
where I'm going to leave you my telephone number and my email address, and I'm going to ask for yours too, but on email if that's a good way to contact you. How do I get a copy of what's?
That is the most.
Everybody has the most
That
current,
is the
That's
most.
what
which
we
is
all
not
have.
correct. So we need to go back to board meeting minutes and see what was decided and change the bylaws to correspond to what decisions the board made.
Maybe I heard something the other day, maybe I misunderstood, but apparently there are other homeowners in the whole state of Florida that are having this problem. The rules are changing, the laws are changing, and there's 2 people that handle this up in
Deland.
Tallahassee. 2 people for the whole state. So God only knows when.
If you change the bylaws, you can do it. You do it by committee once it's affected and passed by the board and everybody at a general meeting. Then it has to be registered in, and you can register it in the land. Because the previous board that I was on rewrote the covenants, but once it's decided and passed by not only the board but the general community, then it can be registered and put in the book and the page. If something is changed or added or deleted, but all these, this old one, which is 1987, has to go back through line by line. And you can't blame people by putting something in because they're looking at 15, 25-year-old rules that don't apply anymore.
I think that would be, you know, the fair comment that, you know, anybody who's doing something for the betterment of his own home who doesn't realize that there's a rule out there that some group of people knows about and the others don't. I mean, it's a trap and it's not effective, and I don't want to have this happen every 6 months, and that's what you're telling me.
Well,
So, we need to find
past
somebody
year
to
has
do
been,
it. Well, because, Mary, I'm sorry, it happened again with the rental issue, and it wasn't clear there, and there's also
Right.
alternative interpretation.
And
we're losing a different attorney for this. So my
That's
point
for that
is,
last-
the process,
that didn't do it right either.
if I can suggest, whether it's me, you, or anybody else, is get a reliable attorney who knows this building, I mean, this community, who's going to partner with us, who's going to make it better for everybody. And so it doesn't have to be litigious, and you can have a sit down. And if you're walking by and you're doing something that's a problem, you can address it there.
right.
Because who has time for this? Nobody. And it's negative. And
Right.
nobody here needs negative. There's enough negative.
Right.
No.
That is
No,
what's coming out.
everybody is
Couldn't
in
agree
And
more.
I want this nice gentleman to know that I don't think that you're going to find this when you're living down the block from me. This
No.
is really not representative of the community. And there are issues.
This is a
reality.
time when we're having issues, and we've had things that we have not had happen before.
But again, it can be prevented. The answer that I'm hearing for every comment that's made is, well, let's get the process resolved. Let's move forward. So again, I'm volunteering in whatever way, whether I'm the one who facilitates finding the right person. I think I'm opinionated for this place. You know, I have a bias for us and not against us. I want to say that.
Florida, launch welcome.
Yeah.
You might laugh, but
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing.
But again, I just think that it would help everybody. It's going to sleep better tonight knowing that you're up to date. And again, I have a copy. I didn't realize that it was from 1987.
That's the only copy that has been, because it has not,
Change.
for whatever with board approvals.
You can add to it. Once
Yeah.
if the board changes something in them, then you can, but it still has to be registered back into land.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah, like my driveway.
If I can go back to just to settle this up, should we get a plan for D, or somebody got a better idea of something?
I think we
Should
something
be,
that
should
lasts
be
longer.
something, yeah, for all the years.
I don't want to do a
Yeah,
plan.
I was going to say, by the way, yeah, if
Well-
she's having health issues, I would agree. That's something a little bit more,
Okay.
you know,
And
somebody has a computer, you can
Maybe
make a nice plaque or
something you sit
something.
around, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
say,
Okay.
Coquita Point on it, just something pretty.
All right.
With great thanks from
What,
your neighbors in Coquina.
What kind of price do we want to put out?
$50.
Okay.
Go with
Is
that.
it fine with
I have no
everybody?
idea how much plaques cost.
I'm not going to do a plaque. I'll get her
Oh.
something.
Why don't you give them a dinner reservation?
Yeah.
Let's